do 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 do, and then we do the theme song.
Yeah, keep that in. Keep that in.
Okay,
I like it.
welcome to Simple and Clean, a Kingdom Hearts podcast. I'm Mischa Stanton.
And I'm Mayanna Berrin.
Mayanna, how
Mischa.
light is your heart this week?
Mischa, it's not light. It's not light.
What's going on?
So tired.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm fighting heartless left and right. But yeah, we persevere. I did see a funny thing today, which is I guess there was a new scientific discovery that darkness as a concept, or like darkness, still has light inside it. And
Wow.
X was like, KH going crazy.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. We might be talking about something like that today.
Yeah,
a little bit.
I think we might.
Before we get to that, I saw something this week because a friend of the pod, Read Sites, sent me a link.
Yes.
Mayanna, did you see that Hot Topic released a Kingdom Hearts collection this week?
Literally, I'm so mad at the present because these are things I needed over. Like, I always think of that quote from The Last Unicorn where it's the old woman, which is like, why do you come to me now when
Yeah.
I am this?
Well, okay. So, like, you can buy Organization 13 coats.
You can buy the coats.
You can buy, like...
There's a Keyblade umbrella.
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
a Heartless emblem hoodie that looked really
It's
sick.
so good. There's the Wisdom Form cropped hoodie jacket.
I did see that. That looked dope.
It's so good. There's a stained glass windbreaker.
There's a throw blanket with the dive to the heart of
It's
Sora's.
so good.
Mayanna,
Yeah, Mischa.
what does this mean?
Mischa, I'm telling you. Also, Funko announced specifically Funkos for Roxas Shion. Like, something is happening.
Something's happening.
Something is happening.
And Tetsuya Nomura
He
said,
said it's on schedule.
what schedule, Nomura-san? You have to tell us the schedule for it to be on it.
Well, yeah, it feels like every single day there's something Kingdom Hearts related coming across my feed, and partially because the algorithm understands
The
that I'm
algorithm learned that we made a podcast about it.
But that being said, it does feel, especially lately, and also for folks in the California area, we're doing Oogie Boogie Bash at Disneyland right now.
Yeah.
And guess who's freaking there? It's Goofy, Donald, and Mickey in their Kingdom Hearts fits, which they only tout around during Halloween time, and only in the last, like, 1 or 2 years.
Right, which sort of, like... It's a way for them to have plausible deniability that those are Mickey's clothes.
Right.
You know? It's like, that's not his clothes. That's his Halloween costume.
That's his Halloween costume. It would be a wildly out-of-pocket thing to do to then take it a step further and do Donald and Goofy in their Kingdom Hearts Nightmare Before Christmas Halloween outfits.
That is one of the things you can buy at Hot Topic now is like them in their Halloween town.
Which feels very Hot Topic.
That's the most Hot Topic thing I've
the
ever
most
heard.
Hot Topic thing I've ever seen, felt. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it feels like, yeah, you're right. Something is happening.
Why are they pursuing these deals? Why are they trying to get it back? Something's happening.
I feel like it. I feel like Kingdom Hearts 4, I mean, my big theory is Kingdom Hearts 4 is absolutely going to come out in 2027 because it's the 25th anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other theory people have is that Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3 is also going to come out in 2027 because that's the 30th anniversary of Final Fantasy VII.
Whoa.
Both of their anniversaries.
It's truly all happening.
Mischa, it's our time.
It's our time.
We were sleeping in the darkness.
That started as a joke, and then like Hot Topic fully like dropped an entire fashion line, and now it feels very real.
It's crazy. And like, also, if these deals are releasing now, that means that they were in discussions at the very least, probably like 9 to 10 months ago.
Yeah.
Because you need like longer production timelines to make physical merch and stuff. So yeah, like something is happening. I don't know what it is.
It's on schedule. That's all we know.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 4 is on schedule.
Thank you. We really should come up with like a segment title for like breaking Kingdom Hearts 4 news.
KingdomKey.net Rebirth Remix Resurgence.
Bless. Would be so nice. We'll noodle on that.
Yeah, let's do it.
But the reason I asked how your heart was feeling is today I want to talk to you about what is a heart.
It's that thing in your chest that pump blood, don't it?
No, not here. You know that red lump of muscle that pumps your blood?
With the 4 chambers in it?
Get it out of here. That's not here.
It's a big, curvy, glowing thingy.
Yeah. So
Yes.
today I want to talk about what is this metaphysical concept that the Kingdom Hearts universe refers to as a heart.
Yes, please.
First off, yes, it's a big, glowy, floaty thing that looks like the Valentine shape of a heart. Like, imagine any Valentine you had to make for everyone in the class in first grade.
Yes.
It looks just like that.
It looks just like that. And it's giving, I always just think of the Legend of Zelda, like sweet red rotating. It's nice.
But I'm imagining the ones from Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, but it's always a heart container in Zelda where there's no container, there's no metal filigree cage around it. It's just a glowy thing that rotates and floats.
And you walk over it and it boops over your head and you get health back. Yep.
In Kingdom Hearts, the heart is one of 3 things that makes a person.
Nice.
Yeah. A person has 3 things.
Yeah.
A body, a soul, and a heart.
Yeah, that it feels kind of like a drawing of a stick figure man and then just a smaller stick figure man and then just a smaller stick figure man inside those other 2 things.
Yeah, it's like a Matryoshka stick figure man. Yeah, just
I feel like the soul and the heart. I mean, people say heart and soul, so I guess they are 2 different things according to an old piano song I had to play when I was 9.
And I'll just preface that today I'm pulling a lot of stuff from the Ansem reports.
Cool.
And the reason I'm doing that is because Ansem's the guy who was researching hearts. So he knows all about them.
I just imagine him just holding up a glass jar with one inside and just yes.
I mean, that's kind of what it is, right? When you see them on screen, whenever they're not coming out of a heartless and floating back to Kingdom Hearts?
Or the game over screen where Sora is floating iconically and there's a heart floating over him.
There's famously scenes in Kingdom Hearts 2, in Birth by Sleep, whenever they're showing Ansem the Wise's lab, which is where they're studying hearts, that they have hearts floating in tanks, that they're just chilling there.
Yep, it's giving Mewtwo.
It is giving Mewtwo. Wow.
Put the tubes around it with the little fluid.
And also, Kingdom Hearts talks a lot about the circumstances of one's birth, so.
It do
it's
that.
all connected. A Pokemon Kingdom Hearts world would be the end of video games.
I think,
that would be the final video game. We would no offense, Mayanna. You write such fantastic stuff. We wouldn't need it.
I think I think it would just be a swirl in on itself and then an explosion, and then that's the second Big Bang.
Yeah,
Big Bang 2.8 divided by 9.
Yeah,
murder burger. That's the new world we live in.
Yeah.
That's the world of fiction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, in the Ansem reports, as these scientists were talking about hearts, they wrote down their notes, and thank you so much, because that's what I used to learn about them, which is, I think, what they all wanted in the end. I think
they were going to publish. They were so close to publishing.
They were so close to publishing. The Journal of Magical Sciences was right on it. It was under peer review.
Yeah.
So, according to Ansem in his reports, there are 3 parts of a person. There's the body, which is the physical vessel for the heart and the soul. That is what its purpose is to house these things. The soul is the animating force of the body.
Okay.
It is the energy that the body uses to carry out the heart's commands.
Okay.
And without a soul, it's like you cut the puppet's strings.
Got it. Okay.
Like if the heart is the puppeteer hand and the body is the puppet, the soul is the strings.
Sure, yeah.
Not in like a Pinocchio way. I'm like, that's a separate thing.
No, yeah, right. Because Riku also really goes down a weird rabbit hole in that one. Yeah, it's like, I don't know why I keep thinking of like a car where it's like you need the exoskeleton, you need the engine, but then, you need the pedals that connect the engine to the exoskeleton.
Right. I would say that the body is the car. The heart is the driver?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
and
you're right.
And the soul is like
the pedals.
Well, I was going to say the gasoline.
The gasoline.
Or the lithium cell. What do we use now? It's 2025. I don't know.
Yeah, corn. I don't know. Like they were trying to do that for a while, right?
Yeah, they sure were.
Yeah.
So that's what a soul is. And I'm not going to lie. Souls don't really come up a lot in Kingdom Hearts.
No, I feel like they were loosely associated with the nobodies.
Yeah, so I'll get to that in a little bit. But generally, there's actually a note in the secret Ansem reports, which is the ones Ansem the Wise actually wrote, not the ones written by Xehanort taking Ansem's name.
Hell yeah, brother.
There's 2 sets of reports.
Plagiarism.
It's not, it's even like, he just like wrote it under his name. He like ghost wrote the Ansem reports.
I love this game.
Yeah. So there's a note about souls that says, when the soul leaves the body, its vessel, life gives way to death. But what about when the heart leaves? And that's about nobodies.
Good question.
Yeah, when the heart leaves and the body and soul stay behind, that's what a nobody is.
Okay, yeah. That makes sense.
We're going to get to nobodies in a later episode. Yeah. They're tangentially related to this concept. Yeah. And so that's the body, that's the soul. The heart is the driver, the one that makes the decisions. It's the center for emotions and ambitions and memories.
Oh, interesting.
I mean, Chain of Memories, the game, the second game of the series.
Yes.
Not Kingdom Hearts 2.
No.
Separate game.
Yes.
In Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, they talk about like how the deepest memories linking you to your friends reside deep in your heart.
That makes sense. Yeah, because in this framework, the mind does not exist.
Nope. No, there's not a separate entity called the mind.
No, the mind is, I guess, the soul. Like, I guess the soul would be part of the mind.
I think what we in Western philosophy consider the mind is what Kingdom Hearts calls the heart.
Which,
the heart is like what makes you you.
I love that.
And uses the soul to drive the body in carrying out what actions feel like the actions you would take.
I love that. I think for the world that we're in with this game, that all feels right to me.
Yeah?
No, yeah, honestly, no notes. Because I think that like intellectualism in the realm of Kingdom Hearts is associated mostly with villainy.
That's true. Anybody who tries to dive and like find secrets inevitably turns to evil.
Yeah. Immediately.
It's like,
0 to 60 evil. It's like in the Vampire Diaries where you turn your evil on and off.
And that's why Sora, the dumbest boy, remains good.
There we go.
That's
it's all coming together.
So the heart is what makes you you. It is you for all intents and purposes. When you leave your body behind, the lore of Kingdom Hearts refers to that as a separate thing. But when your heart goes somewhere, the lore refers to you going somewhere.
Yes. And on top of that, because this will become relevant for a thing that I have to talk about later, some people's bodies, when the heart leaves, those bodies immediately descend into darkness and disappear, but some people's bodies don't.
Yeah, some don't. Yeah, that's a great point. Mm-hmm. That like sometimes when the heart is released, the body's destroyed like at the same time, so it's not clear.
Yeah.
But what is clear because of specific instances in the games that like when you leave the body intact but remove the heart, weird shit happens.
Yeah, that's where you get into shenanigans.
Yeah, so like for example with Kairi, she spends most of the first game without her heart.
Yes.
And so she's just like lying catatonic.
Yes, a lot of the time.
Until her heart gets closer because it's in Sora, and when Sora, we've covered.
Yes.
Another person this happens to is Ventus.
Yes.
Ventus they separate his heart at the end of Birth by Sleep and put it inside of Sora's heart for safekeeping. But that leaves his body fully catatonic inside of the castle at Land of Departure, which becomes Castle Oblivion. He's sort of like hidden in a secret room that the organization can't find.
That's
He's
so
like,
funny. So you're just walking around there in Chain of Memories, fully unaware that like a very significant character, specifically for Sora's backstory, is just in a room nearby.
Mayanna, I gotta tell you, that describes Ventus so much deeper in these games than you even know about, because we have not covered Kingdom Hearts Union Cross yet. We'll get there. But yeah, so when Ventus's heart is removed, he sort of like lays in a dormant state. Now it's fully dormant because he's in that state for like 10 years.
Yeah, so he doesn't age.
And he doesn't age.
Yeah, nothing happens to him.
Yeah, when you come back and put his heart back inside him in Kingdom Hearts 3, he's the same age.
Yeah.
So that's wild.
Yeah, yes. Which folds back into another interesting tab we'll have to double click on when we talk about time travel in these games later. Because, man, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm going to cover that later in this episode a little bit too.
Ooh, okay.
So that's what a heart is.
Great.
And the first question that Ansem the Wise and his young apprentices asked were, okay, what's a heart made out of?
Good question.
Not muscle.
No.
No, that's the body, you idiot.
Obviously.
Why would you even ask that?
Silly little humans. I do remember I ran across a clip where Xehanort's talking and he mentions like the sinews of the flesh or whatever. And I was like, they really did tie in all the weird body stuff. Like they really were making a point about how separate these things feel or whatever.
Yeah, well, because the storytelling of it is all about like taking the different pieces in different proportion and seeing what happens.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, like I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but like, yeah, that's super weird.
So what is a heart made out of?
So what is a heart made out of? Ansem sort of came to the conclusion that a heart is made of some proportions of light and darkness.
Makes sense.
If you combine light and darkness to a nebulous amount, that's what a heart is.
Yeah.
It's sort of like, imagine the yin yang symbol, if you will.
Or like when you're looking for the color number properties to find the exact color you're looking for, where it's like, and we slide it along this graph and it's 397 and 423. Yeah.
Right. And so when a heart fills with too much darkness, it can sort of dissolve into that darkness or like become saturated by it and become like a dark heart.
Okay. Yeah.
I feel like the words darkness and hearts are going to lose all meaning by the end of this episode.
And also like a dark heart is just an evil guy, I guess. Okay, cool. Because they have their hearts. They're just more susceptible to evil now, I guess.
Yeah. When darkness erodes the heart, which is the thing that Ansem says can happen in his reports, it can sort of get swallowed up by the darkness it's attracting. And that darkness can become a vessel that animates on its own called a heartless. Gotcha.
Okay. So what's funny about that then is that heartless have hearts in them.
Yeah. So that's one thing we're going to come across a lot on this show, I think.
Okay.
Is that heartlets actually are the hearts.
Yeah, heartless have hearts because when you defeat them, a heart comes out.
And nobodies are the bodies they left behind. So a nobody is only a body.
Copy that.
So nobodies are the bodies and heartless are the hearts. And that makes sense.
No notes. No notes.
Doing great.
-1 notes.
Yeah.
More is the note.
And then the other thing that like a heart is full of or a heart is made of or that resides in a heart as part of it are memories.
Right, which is who you are.
And like what you've done and how you feel about what you've done.
Right. And relationships.
That's really what it is. It's actually like the imprint of how you feel about what you've done and who you've met.
Yeah, which makes sense for Sora because his job is to link these hearts together and connect to other people's hearts.
Right. And it's said that these memories are linked together in some kind of chain.
Yeah.
And so like Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories is sort of about like somebody goes messing with the links in the chain. She pulls one and it sort of unravels. And so like it's obviously very delicate in there.
Fragile. Well, it's delicate in there, but only if you're able to break through the fabric of existence to mess with it in the first place.
Yeah.
A thing only, as far as we know, one character can do. Right?
There's a few characters and a few ways that you can manipulate and mess with hearts.
Okay.
The way that Sora is told about kind of how to do that is through this thing, but the power of awakening and the power of waking.
Okay, gotcha. So that's a shade of it.
That has to do with like your ability to go into hearts and do stuff with it.
Copy that.
Yeah. So,
hell yeah, brother.
that's kind of what's going on.
Right,
so
vibes.
yeah, so that's another thing. The heart can do a lot of stuff.
It certainly can. It's a powerful force.
It's a powerful force. Yeah. So first and foremost, what the heart can do is hearts can connect to other hearts.
Makes sense.
Creating magical bonds that span across worlds and realms.
Cool.
So that's that chain of memories that we were talking about. That's kind of how Sora ends up using the power of waking in order to like sort of use hearts to teleport to different worlds.
Yes.
He sort of like dives into the hearts of his friends and pops out where they are.
Yes, which becomes very important for a thing I will have to talk about
Yeah, he's
later.
not supposed to do that, but he does.
No, he's not.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
So this ability of a heart to connect to another heart and like make a literal magical thing, that is actually its most fundamental and greatest power.
Cool.
So much so that when the world shatters and crumbles and falls to darkness, it's only the light forged by those bonds that keeps the universe alive enough to create separate worlds again.
Amazing.
That we've talked a little bit about
the
it.
hearts
but like,
of children.
Yeah, in the age of fairy tales, the world shattered and the light kept alive in the hearts of children created the fractured universe with all the Disney worlds.
Yes.
The way that happened was because these children forged bonds between each other's hearts.
Yes.
And like that was so strong that it kept the flame of creation alive when all else was not.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
I live for this.
It's strong. It's to the point where like if you mess with that, it reverberates through the fabric of the universe.
Yes.
Like when Naminé starts plucking those chains apart, people on other planets start forgetting things.
Yeah.
When she starts putting it back together, almost spontaneously, they start remembering stuff.
Yes.
It's not that they have physics in this universe, but in a way that's like when something happens to one heart, it happens like simultaneously, almost, I don't know, faster than the speed of light, but it feels like quantum entangly.
It feels, I mean, well, especially faster than the speed of light. That makes sense for this. It does remind me a lot of Your Name in terms of like these bonds that tie souls together through space and time.
Yeah.
Like literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like similarly, I have a really problematic reference for this
Speak on
one.
it.
But the later books in the Ender's Game novels also sort of talk about how like, yeah, you can quantum entangle two particles, and if you stretch them out over a long enough distance and then do that 1,000,000 times to make a communication network, like a soul will spontaneously arise.
Okay.
And it like sort of ties the idea of quantum entanglement to the existence of like ephemeral, poetic parts of human nature that we've, as science has progressed, have not fully confirmed.
Fair enough. I don't know.
Listen,
Yeah.
I don't think anybody should use Ender's Game as a paragon of storytelling. Those books got real Mormon by the end of them. Hoo boy. Hoo boy. Hoo boy.
But there is this weird thread of like science fiction, because I would not describe myself as necessarily somebody who likes science fiction, but it feels like at a certain point science fiction kind of falls away into magic. Like it eventually just you go like, and magic.
It kind of depends on like how deep you want to explain your magic,
right?
And also like what aesthetic you give to that justification.
100%.
That like, yeah, speculative fiction can go in like a fantastical direction or a more hard science justified direction, but that doesn't make either of them less speculative.
Right, 100%.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, all of it's speculative, right?
Yeah, truly. So the greatest thing that hearts can do is forge these bonds, and those bonds can like keep worlds together
and like protect the fabric of existence.
Yeah, kind of like invisible strings that like tie everything to itself.
Yeah.
And when you allow darkness to sort of erode those ties, that's when you get the fracturing of the world.
Gotcha.
That like back in the age of fairy tales, that there was one world that was united by the light of Kingdom Hearts, and as darkness seeped in and eroded those things, that like it didn't just create a war, it like literally fractured physical space.
Right. Yes.
Which is kind of what a heart does.
Okay.
Here. Like that's kind of like the metaphor that we're going for. That like when Disney movies say follow your heart, or that like when, you know, somebody says like, I know in my heart what is right, they're taking that and literalizing it to a physical force of physical space.
That makes sense to me. And I also think that in that same vein, you know, the heart as Disney and Kingdom Hearts understands it is sort of like replacing the idea of like your instincts or your mind. It's like your heart is the sense of like your wisdom of the world for what actions you should take. That makes sense to me.
Yeah, it's very Disney as a concept.
I mean, yeah, like it's funny thinking about the fact that it's like Tarzan has trust your heart. Like all of these things have like follow your heart. But like follow your heart, as you just described, like, yeah, it is this guide that is beyond just feelings. It's like a holistic kind of thing around that.
And it also has an inner world.
Right.
Which is called the dive to the heart.
Yes.
Which is those stained glass pillars. Like that is
existing inside of your heart.
That's inside of your heart.
Yes. And that's impacted by things you've experienced and your pillars of existence. And
right.
stuff.
Exactly.
Yes.
The fact that there's like a world within your heart kind of also ties into this concept, the power of waking or the power of awakening.
Yes.
So another thing that hearts can do is they can sort of retreat into themselves to protect themselves from complete obliteration in darkness. And they can sort of like fall into sleep or fall into like a hibernative state.
Yes. Yes.
Is that a word?
Yeah, that feels like a word.
Great. We're doing it.
Yeah, you said it and I understood what you meant. So, I heard a Pete Holmes quote, which is words are just spells that we say to each other.
Yep, that's true.
And it feels real.
That's very true.
Yeah.
So there's worlds within hearts and you can go to them.
Yeah, they're cool. Sora hops to a couple.
Yeah, well, and he does that by this thing that he's been trying to get for a couple of games as of Kingdom Hearts 3. It's called the Power of Waking. And what he's doing is he's sort of going into these sleeping hearts and bringing them back to light and back to life. And you can do that by traveling through the worlds and finding those connections again. But then in Kingdom Hearts 3, Sora sort of like inverts the power. And instead of traveling the worlds to reach hearts, he travels hearts to reach worlds. So what he does is he like sends his physical body along those bonds, along those connections, and fully teleports.
You know what's giving? It's giving Ramona flowers.
Yeah, there's like a thingy
the
over
interdimensional superhighway or whatever. Yeah, like, and it is kind of genius. Like it is interesting that he's the one that kind of figures out like, oh, this works both ways.
Right. And he does it a few times. It's a big part of the climax of Kingdom Hearts 3, especially the Remind DLC, which is kind of like the real ending of Kingdom Hearts 3.
It's kind of insane how that worked out. And
we will
have to talk about
how the ending of Kingdom Hearts 3 was a paid DLC.
We will have to talk a lot about what goes on there.
Yeah.
I like to call Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind everybody was kung fu fighting.
Yeah.
Because it's
absolutely right.
Everybody was indeed kung fu fighting.
But as he does this, every character who like knows more than him, like Yen Sid, I think says this. And then there's a character, Chirithy, who's like kind of a spirit in heaven, who also is like, hey, don't invert that.
Don't do it.
Because it's a big taboo.
No.
What they say it's a taboo.
Yeah.
They say like the universe doesn't like it.
Yeah, it's sort of like one mustn't do this.
Yeah, it's a taboo in the way Full Metal Alchemist says human transmutation is a taboo. Like, an otherworldly force will fuck you up for doing it.
Yeah, and they do. And I think, like, for the reasons that motivate him to do that, it makes sense because we're desperate.
Yeah,
but
he has no other option.
He has no other option.
If he's gonna defeat the villain and save Kairi.
Which is...
He could do one, but he wouldn't have also saved Kairi along with it, and that's why he does it. Yeah. So you're not supposed to do that, but hearts can also teleport you around worlds.
If you dare.
If you dare.
If you dare. Hello, it is Mayanna here once again to thank you for listening to Simple and Clean, a Kingdom Hearts podcast. We've been receiving so many lovely reach outs from listeners about personal anecdotes and stories associated with Kingdom Hearts, and I'm very excited to see so many people either falling in love with these games for the first time or maybe reigniting a love that they had long since forgotten was there. It makes Mischa and I so happy to see people engaging with Kingdom Hearts, this series that haunts our dreams eternally. I'm also here to remind y'all once again that we have a Patreon. If you do want to support us more directly, you can send us $5 a month, sign up for the final mix tier, and you can get ad-free versions of the episodes you listen to wherever you find your podcasts. Send us the love on Instagram or on Patreon and let us know what you're vibing with about the show, what you want to see from us in the future, and stay tuned for some really fun episode releases coming up. I'm so excited for people to hear what we've got coming up down the pipe. Hey, have you heard that it's the Multi-Crew Drive? From now until September 26th, we're saying thank you to you and our Multi-Crew members with giveaways, bonus episodes, and community events. Making a sustainable living in independent media is hard, and your support of the Multi-Crew lets us do all the things capitalism usually makes us stop doing: experimenting, learning, making art, and sharing our knowledge with each other. And because your support sustains our business, fuels our growth, and just makes our hearts warm and fuzzy, we want to give back. First, all members of the Multi-Crew get 6 brand new exclusive bonus podcast episodes, including one audio designed by Mischa involving ASMR of a night on a medieval battlefield narrated by Dr. Claire Aubin. It's going to be very tasty and delicious. I hope you guys enjoy that. You get access to those immediately by signing up for the Multi-Crew today at multitudeshows.com. Joining at any level helps us here at Multitude work on new and exciting projects and get you access to some awesome, cool rewards. Plus, if you join on an annual plan, you can get 2 months for free right now. Second, we're hosting a scavenger hunt giveaway for our entire community where you can win cool swag by documenting how much your favorite shows impact your daily routine. Head over to Multitude Shows on Instagram to learn more about how to get in on that action. And while you're there, you can check out the community events we're running on Twitch as a big thank you. Multitude is the only reason we're able to launch our show this year, and the support that they have given us on a new fledgling project about 2 queer people talking about a video game they really like, that doesn't happen literally anywhere except here. So we're very grateful to be a part of this community, and we're grateful to all of you for supporting it. Be the hero we need in independent media and join the Multi-Crew today. Head to multitudeshows.com to join. If you've ever played a Kingdom Hearts game, you know that some of those boss fights are really stressful. I'm talking like controller at the wall, heart rate a-pumping, looking up the Prima guides stressful. Which is why we're very hype, but like hype in a chill way, to be sponsored by Cornbread Hemp for this episode. Cornbread Hemp is a family-owned and crowd-funded CBD company based in Kentucky, which is where they grow all their products. Their line is flower-only full spectrum, which means there's no seeds or stems, and the majority of their products are vegan-friendly, including their CBD oils and gummies. If you're new to purchasing or you're just looking for something new to try, there's a really fun quiz on their website that can help you find the right products for your needs and your preferred way to take the edge off. Right now, if you use the code Simple and Clean at checkout, you get 25% off your order at cornbreadhemp.com. That's Simple and Clean at checkout for 25% off at cornbreadhemp.com. Happy vibing!
Another thing hearts can do is they can be split, kind of like, and this isn't true, so kids who are listening, please don't do this, but it's kind of like when you're a kid and you think that cutting a worm in half makes 2 worms.
I forgot about this.
You know?
Yeah.
So
it doesn't do that. It doesn't
do that. Please don't cut earthworms. Don't do that. Don't do it. They don't feel pain the way we do, but it's cruel and betrays something about your nature.
You know what it's more like when a lizard can like detach its own tail, but it doesn't make 2 lizards. Yeah, but it can grow its tail back.
I was going to say, so like that would be if the tail also grew another whole lizard. So you can split a heart and it kind of becomes 2 hearts.
That's crazy.
The biggest example of this is Ventus and Vanitas.
Right.
So Ventus is a guy. He comes from the age of fairy tales. We'll cover that later. When he travels to the future after those times, he gets picked up by Master Xehanort as his sort of pupil. And there's something about Ventus's heart that happens in Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, where basically there is like a large, abnormal pocket of darkness.
Hell yeah.
Sort of like glommed onto his heart.
Oh, okay. You should get that checked out.
Yeah, so Xehanort's like, hey, do you mind if I check that out? And Xehanort has this idea that when pure light and pure darkness clash, that's when the Keyblade, the original one, the X-Blade, which we've discussed before, that's when that is forged, and you can use that to summon Kingdom Hearts. So when he sees Ventus in this sort of vulnerable state, he's like, oh, this would be a prime subject for me to try this out.
It's so weird. Okay.
So he separates out all of the darkness and all of the light into two different people. The light stays inside Ventus, and the darkness becomes Vanitas.
Can I tell you how I pronounce it? Vanitas.
I agree. I when I was a teenager reading these names, I also thought it was Vanitas.
Yeah.
Because
that feels like it's
Right.
Latin.
It feels Latin, yes.
It feels very angelic, but also very spooky.
And then I started playing games with voice acting where they say it out loud, and I disagree with how they say it.
I disagree with how they say it as well. And one thing notable, and we will talk about this more when we talk about Vanitas, is he looks like bad boy Sora.
Yeah, so that has to do with, at a certain point, Xehanort, he's doing these experiments to try to separate out the darkness and light in his heart.
Yeah.
And he like kind of fucks it up and almost kills Ventus. And the only thing that saves him is being in Destiny Island and Sora's huge heart sort of reaching out and touching his and sort of like giving him the spark to go on.
Hell yeah.
But that's how he ends up in that state, was that Xehanort was doing this experiment to try to split the lightness and the dark out. So that's a thing you can just do. You can just like take a heart and you split it apart. And
you
now
take
there's
all
two.
the properties. But it feels very much in the same way like the light side and the dark side in Star Wars. There's obviously very dangerous implications for like a being whose heart is only darkness.
Yeah, that's not good. Yeah,
No.
I think in Birth by Sleep, his existence generates these things called the unversed, which like are the heartless kind of
that timeline.
of that world.
Yeah, of that time
of
period.
that, of that game. And like, so yeah, when you have a heart of pure darkness, that's not good. You shouldn't do that.
Don't do it.
Xehanort doing a lot of things he shouldn't do. That's a hot take on the podcast.
Wow, the bad guy was doing bad shit.
Yeah, Xehanort, he shouldn't have done
Kind
that.
of a bad guy.
He shouldn't have done that stuff.
This is so funny.
So, in addition to being able to be split, did you know that hearts can also be merged?
I feel like that makes sense given what I have witnessed.
Yeah, same here.
There's so many moments in the Kingdom Hearts games where two people become back to being one person.
Yeah.
And most of them have to do with Sora or aspects of Sora that like leave and come back. So it feels like a thing that makes sense to me.
Yeah, other than Sora splitting and merging and housing and doing all these things about it, the other big example of hearts merging is in Kingdom Hearts Union Cross.
Man, oh man, this thing, man, okay.
Fascinating.
I know.
Mayanna, I'm going to force you against your will to learn all about Kingdom Hearts Union Cross.
I mean, the only thing I wish is that it was CGI. That's
I know.
all I wish.
I know. I like really crossing my fingers for an HD remaster before Kingdom Hearts 4.
That would be so cool.
Like they did with like Dream Drop Distance. Like just make Union Cross into its own 3D game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Would be cool. So, at the end of Union Cross, after the Keyblade War, after all these things, worlds are coming apart. A few people from the past that were chosen like by mentors sort of time travel to the future to escape the apocalypse and go to a place where like they've already healed about it.
Which is so funny because the time travel implications, but...
I know.
Yeah.
Well, actually in Union Cross, they do physically time travel with time machines, which is different than... We'll talk about it.
Right.
So one of the people who doesn't make it is Player, the player character of Kingdom Hearts Key and Union Cross.
Yes.
And instead, Chirithy, who again is the spirit from heaven kind of, sort of is like, hey, do you want your heart to return to Kingdom Hearts? Like, do you want to pass on to the next life? Or would you like to be reincarnated instead? And Player chooses to be reincarnated.
Oh.
And when that happens, Player's heart melts and merges with another person's heart.
Oh.
And that's how they become that reincarnation that lives in Scala ad Kylum later that meets Xehanort as a baby.
Wow, boy.
So when hearts merge, it sort of creates like a pseudo past lives situation.
Yeah, it's like a popsicle where they dunk it in like a chocolate coating or something. Yeah, where they're like, player, and the inside, other player.
The chocolate coating is like a gray robe where you never see the guy's face, and inside it, the strawberry ice cream of it is player. Yeah, you got it. Absolutely. Obviously, hearts can also be transferred between people.
Yes.
This is a thing they have the ability to do. They have an ability to exist as itself outside of the body it was grown in, which means it can be transferred to another person's heart. Well,
it's
mostly
Sora.
Sora.
It's always Sora.
It's not always Sora.
Not always Sora. You're right.
Sometimes it's other people. Sometimes Xehanort stabs himself with a Keyblade to release his heart, to put it inside Terra, to try to take over Terra. And it works about 95%, I would say.
Right.
You know, that might be the only other example other than people who put their hearts inside Sora. But it is a big one.
It's a huge one. Well, it's funny. I mean, and we've talked a little bit about the parallels between Xehanort and Sora. And it feels fitting that that's yet another parallel that they share. Yeah.
Xehanort and Sora end up sharing a lot of qualities. Like, and the games don't make a big point of it, but like you kind of notice it later.
Yeah.
Yeah. They should make more of a point of it.
They should. It feels pertinent, but hey, yeah.
Alas. So it's interesting to me the differences there, right? So when Ventus is put inside Sora's heart, he's just kind of chilling there, and Sora's still himself.
Right.
It gives Sora like slightly more affinity to wield a Keyblade, I guess.
Sure. That gives him. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
But other than that, not so much.
Right.
When Kairi's heart is chilling in there, she's just chilling. Sora's still Sora.
Yes. However, and this is something because I'm doing research on my Kairi thing, Kairi pops out of Sora a couple times, but he perceives that more as like hallucinations he's having.
And more importantly, it's Kairi talking to Sora. Sora's still himself. But sometimes she does like walk through a physical space and disappear. Sometimes he sees a memory that she exclusively had. So in contrast, when Xehanort puts his heart inside Terra's body, Xehanort takes control.
He takes control. He becomes Terra.
He becomes Terra Xehanort.
A very cool name.
Yeah.
That again, no notes.
Yeah. And it sort of shoves Terra's memories, goals, and ambitions out of his body.
The driver's seat. He goes into the passenger seat.
Yeah. And, well, it also shoves like part of it is in like a Shadow Heartless that follows Terra Xehanort around. Part of it goes into his empty armor, which is called the Lingering Will.
The Lingering Will, which is super scary.
Super scary, very cool. But like, so Terra sort of gets shattered and Xehanort becomes the guy in that body.
Now, could you make the argument that the reason for that is because Xehanort, in contrast to Sora, Xehanort's heart and desires extended from his heart are selfish in nature.
Probably, yeah.
Whereas Sora's heart and Sora's desires are not.
Yeah, I would say that there's definitely something about the fact that like Xehanort was planning to do this and Sora didn't really know what was happening to him.
Yeah, well that, and also I guess the difference too would be Sora's body, heart, and soul are still interconnected within themselves. Xehanort he's putting his own heart and will into Terra's body, and then I guess like kind of superseding, as you said.
Yeah.
Versus, I guess if Sora's heart was in another person's body, who's to say that Sora wouldn't try, if he needed to for whatever reason, to try and take it over? I don't know.
Well, I think his role in the story would disallow him from doing that.
That makes sense.
In a world where this isn't like a kind of story that we're telling where it has like familiar beats that we recognize in a hero.
But could we make the argument that Sora doing the reverse power of waking is in a weird way similar to what Xehanort's doing with Terra Xehanort? Because he is putting his heart in other hearts and controlling a situation, not their bodies necessarily, but his placement in physical time and space.
He's certainly using people's bodies for his own means.
Yeah.
Interesting. Other things that hearts, what else can hearts do?
What else can a heart do? I feel like I'm learning so much today.
A heart can be created.
Oh, right.
You can artificially make hearts.
Which they do in Halloween Town, famously, in Kingdom Hearts 1.
So in Halloween Town, Dr. Finkelstein is attempting to make a heart.
Yeah, and the way they do it is like the essences of like fear, surprise, and they all have like a funny little joke associated of like a frog's kicking legs and a spooky hand gliding over a piece of glass. Like,
and it's very much like, because it's Nightmare
Halloween,
Before Christmas, it's very much like, and if we do this, then Halloween will be spookier for everyone.
And all the heartless can dance.
Yeah, exactly. They also attempt to make a heart for Baymax.
Ooh, yes.
They try to take light emotions and dark emotions and program them onto a microchip and put it in Baymax and are like, and this will make a heart because hearts are made of light and darkness.
First name check for Big Hero 6 and Kingdom Hearts 3 on the podcast. Yeah, Baymax's journey in Big Hero 6, I think, is a lot of that because there are points where Hero like takes out Tadashi's programming at a certain point to make Baymax only be violent.
Exactly.
Something that is a violation of Baymax.
Yes. Yeah, 100%. And again, that's that way of like, in the same way that like in Peter Pan, you can fly when your heart is light. That's the way they tie the Disney into the Kingdom Hearts of it in a good way.
Fun.
It's honestly pretty solid.
Yeah.
You can also generate a heart.
Okay. Which is different than making one.
A similar kind of deal. It's involved.
Okay.
Basically, there's a game called Kingdom Hearts Coded.
There certainly is.
Where they digitize the Jiminy Journal and they sort of have to replay it because there's corruption in it. And you have to like send a data version of Sora around to beat up the corrupt data physically with his fist and his keyblade.
Yep.
Over the course of that game, what happens is Data Sora sort of like has his own awakening and like becomes
his
a
own
separate entity.
Yeah.
Like Data Sora is technically a second character.
Which is awesome.
Right?
I love that.
But he was just computer data before.
Right.
So obviously by giving him Sora's memories, it sort of like grew a heart.
Yeah, you're right. That makes sense.
And it's a digital heart. But in this world,
heart nonetheless.
It's a heart nonetheless.
Yeah, because a heart, I think, regardless of the context in which it exists, a heart is a heart above all else.
Yeah. Well, and that's not the only time that people make hearts from copies. There's famously the Riku replica is made from copies of Riku's memories.
Yes.
And Shion is made of a copy of
Sora's memories of Kairi.
Sora's memories of Kairi, and also they're leaking out of Roxas, and she's a container or something.
Yeah, it's a puppet also to be controlled and whatever. Yeah.
There are data versions of characters in Twilight Town, Hainer, Pence, and Olette, that are also generally considered to be different characters than the real Hainer, Pence, and Olette, and they have their own hearts. And so there's this lore of like, you can copy a real heart, but it's never one-to-one, it's never perfect, and like throughout the game, Shion becomes her own character. Data, Hainer, Pence, and Olette are technically their own characters.
Heck yeah.
Riku Replica
is his own character.
Especially by the end of Kingdom Hearts 3, becomes his own character. So you can make hearts from copies of other hearts, but they're always imperfect and they always sort of end up as their own people.
I love that. It also reminds me a lot of in Doctor Who, famously during the tail end of Tennant's time on the show, there was a secondary 10th Doctor created out of his severed hand, that becomes humanoid 10th Doctor, who only has one heartbeat, and humanoid 10th Doctor gets to stay with Rose for a while.
She gets to be with Rose.
I know. In a sense.
Yeah. So, but that idea that you can copy a heart, but like it doesn't become a perfect copy, it becomes its own heart, is kind of why Ansem the Wise fails to encode hearts in Kingdom Hearts 2. So in Kingdom Hearts 2, Organization 13 is collecting a bunch of hearts so they can make an artificial Kingdom Hearts, and that will do something for them.
It will give them hearts so that they won't be nobodies anymore?
I'm going to come back to that in a second. But in order to foil their plot, Ansem the Wise pulls out this machine, the Kingdom Hearts encoder, which is supposed to like digitize their Kingdom Hearts and turn it into data. And when he tries to use it, he's like, oh, I didn't consider that hearts are more powerful than that.
Yes.
And it sort of like fails and the thing explodes.
Yes.
And the Kingdom Hearts is not fully encoded. It's got a big hole in it and it like sprays hearts everywhere across the landscape. So like there's something about a heart you can't quite account for. Yeah,
it's the most powerful force in their known universe.
Yeah. And we must capture its mysteries. You know?
Yes.
That's kind of the vibe.
Yeah.
So a heart can be copied, a heart can be transferred, a heart can be made. And then there's these people. Organization 13. They're nobodies. They are metaphysically a different thing.
Yep.
And they define themselves. Their whole plot is like, we want to make Kingdom Hearts so that we can finally know what it's like to have hearts.
Right.
And they keep saying, like, without hearts, we're fake people. We're not real people. We have no emotions. And these are some of the most emotional people you see.
They are the most emotional. They are the most angsty. They are, and the, I guess, justification for why they can feel emotions is they are modeling the acting behavior of what somebody with emotions would be doing, which is funny because at a certain point, where does the acting end and the authentic emotion begin? But they're so deep in their own thing about feeling different that they can't see that. And
so they don't notice that they are, in fact, faking it until they make it.
Yup.
As it goes, it's revealed, and it's revealed with so little fanfare.
I know.
But in Kingdom Hearts 3, it's revealed that if you do spend enough time feeling emotions, even if you don't have a heart, you'll grow one.
Hell yeah.
They have hearts.
Yes, they do.
They get their own.
Yes, they didn't even, what is it? Store-bought is fine, but if it's self-generated, hey,
yeah,
you know?
Like, they didn't need to do all that. They could have just, like, been people about it.
You didn't need to be doing all that. You just gotta, well, yeah, I feel like the lesson there a lot of the time too is, I mean, and we live in this hustle grind set living in Los Angeles.
Yeah, for
City of angels and dreams or whatever. But it is funny because you grind in the mines for so long that you kind of forget that like things are happening, and then you kind of come up for air and you realize like, oh, right.
Yeah.
And it's that, but for people with hoods that are really hood robes.
Yeah, exactly.
Hell yeah.
Another thing that hearts can do is when a heart is outside a body. A body is what ties a heart to physical reality. So when a heart is outside of the body, it is no longer tied to physical reality.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. It's time.
Oh, no.
When you release a heart from a body, it can travel in time. As long as there's a version of yourself in the receiving time that's ready to accept your heart. There has to be a vessel when you get there.
Okay.
But if there is,
then boom, there you go. You're in the future.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And so all you have to do is make sure a version of yourself lives through all of time, and then you're golden.
Yeah.
And you can go anywhere you want.
That makes sense.
Does it? Because that's what the Master of Masters is fully doing. The only caveat is there has to be a vessel, like a version of yourself as a vessel for your traveling heart, which is why Xehanort's constantly making copies
that's
of
why
himself.
Xehanort is trying to put himself in all these different people.
That's why he's commissioning Vexen to make replicas so that his heart, the versions of his heart from time, all have bodies to live in when they come together.
Fascinating.
That's actually what the replica program is for.
I mean, look, it's not a bad evil plan. I guess the bigger question that I have is why would you be doing all that? Just to be the most evil guy?
To summon Kingdom Hearts and achieve ultimate power.
Right, which will give you... Here's the thing that every villain where I'm like, okay, ultimate power is what?
We'll talk about it during the Xehanort episode. It's to recreate the universe as he sees fit, basically.
Okay, yeah,
he thinks that there's an imbalance between light and darkness, and he wants to recreate the universe to achieve balance again.
Okay.
Which he thinks will do something.
Sure.
We'll talk about it later.
Off, King.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
The final thing that a heart can do is create a Keyblade.
Hell yeah. Most important in my opinion.
Yeah. So we talked a little bit before about how taking a heart of pure light and a heart of pure darkness and throwing them at each other is one of the theorized ways that Xehanort thinks he's going to get his hands on the X-Blade. It turns out that that's like an imperfect formula. In Birth by Sleep, he tries it and he creates like a not quite complete version of the X-Blade. In Kingdom Hearts 3, it's revealed that like that was just like trying to do it with less ingredients. Like when your cabinets are bare, like he didn't have all the ingredients in his house. But if you had the full ingredients, you'd be getting 7 hearts of pure light and 13 hearts of pure darkness and getting them to clash, and that's how you make the Keyblade.
Gotcha.
We talked in the Keyblade episode about how the Master of Masters figured out how to give people Keyblades by generating them out of their hearts. No one else knows how he did this. He did it, and hearts can do it.
Okay.
We don't really know how or why.
Okay.
Why is the most important part.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Yeah. And another example of this is in Kingdom Hearts 1, the Keyblade of Heart, that black Keyblade with the red handle that looks very evil and stuff.
Yeah.
In that game's lore, it's made when you bring the hearts of the 7 princesses together.
Oh.
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense.
That doesn't make any sense at all. No.
But hearts did that. Yeah. So hearts can generate weapons. This is kind of cool.
Hell yeah.
Right?
Awesome.
Yeah. Hearts can do a lot.
They certainly can.
And it's all tied to magic. It's so magical.
It's all magic.
The magic inside your heart can do limitless things.
I mean, hey, and that feels correct for this franchise especially.
Yeah. So as he's studying these things, Terra Xehanort, having lost his memories, apprenticed with Ansem the Wise, betrayed him, threw him to darkness, took his name, and continued his research.
Okay.
We following?
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Here we go.
While he's doing that, he writes this report, and he says as follows. A massive core of energy lay beyond the door sought by the Heartless. It may be the ultimate goal of them, but what is that energy? I have devised a hypothesis based upon my observations of the Heartless. The Heartless feed on others' hearts, and they yearn for that energy core. That thing beyond the door must be a heart too, the heart of this world. There is no proof, but having felt that immense energy, I am certain that was the heart of the world.
Okay.
The Heartless are trying to take hearts not only from all living creatures, but from the planet itself. But what do they mean to do with the heart of a world?
Great question.
So, worlds also have hearts.
Right. Yes. That makes sense.
Does it?
Yeah, I think so because yes.
Okay. I'm going to throw this one at you, and I think you're going to like this.
Okay, go for it.
If a heart is a person's drive, memories, ambitions, and goals, it is what they set out to do. It is the story it tells itself about itself. I think the heart of each world is the story of the Disney movie.
I think that makes all the sense in the world. I think that's perfect because, well, if you want to go even more meta, each Disney movie is crafted from the love of an artist, a group of artists who told a story through magic. Animation is magic.
Right.
Like audio is magic, movie making is magic, animation is magic. It literally means like to bring something to life.
Yeah.
And so I think if we want to, again, fold it back in on itself with what does Disney have to do with any of this? It makes perfect sense to me that each world, in addition to the inhabitants that exist inside it, has a heart of its own, because that world only exists because the hearts of people on this planet made it exist.
Right, exactly. So and it comes together to tell itself this story, which is the plot of the movie that happens
Disney
there.
Movies, yes. Which is also why the Heartless are there, because they're not. I mean, the Heartless are attacking pretty much anything it comes across, but with the bigger intent being to find the heart of the world, because I guess then that world will just become a really big Heartless. Yeah,
well, that's kind of what happens when hearts fall. They sort of become heartless versions of themselves. Or they're shattered, or that's another thing. Is when you expose the heart of a world to darkness and it allows darkness to come in, as we see later with Organization 13's Artificial Kingdom Hearts, you can just shove a bunch of hearts together and sort of smoosh them together and make a bigger heart or Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
So when you allow darkness to kind of seep in, when you open that door and you let the darkness in, and when Heartless get in, it erodes those bonds again. And the way that it erodes a heart to expose it to darkness, it erodes the smooshiness of those hearts. And that's why worlds fracture. when their hearts are exposed.
That makes sense. And it also, because if the purpose of hearts or the desire of hearts is to link themselves to other hearts in a chain,
right,
it makes sense that the darkness by extension would want to try and make less chain, because if the chain is broken, then there's more room for more darkness.
And hey, Stevie Nicks said you can never break the chain.
Yes, you can't break the chain. Yes. She's really the key to all of this.
That's true.
Yeah, she's the key to everything.
Imagine Stevie Nicks' Keyblade.
Oh, it'd be so good.
There'd be like wafting fabric coming off of the handguard, and so whimsical.
There'd be some silver accents for Silver Springs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh. And all of her exes would try to steal it from her.
It'd be like off-white yellow with black.
I'm into this.
Yeah, I am too.
Anywho. So, that's kind of what's going on with hearts.
Love that.
They're a core of energy. They're a source of magic. They're a source of power, like the power of your heart. When you say that in a kid's movie, means something metaphorical, and here it's literal.
Nice. I mean, that feels right. Yeah. I know I've said makes sense a lot of times this episode, but yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
I think like Square Enix games, and I think JRPGs in general, try to find some sort of physical manifestation for the purposes of like giving it something for us to grab onto. Like famously in Final Fantasy VII, it's the life stream, which is where all living things come from and go back to.
Well, and I've been talking to you. I've been playing Expedition 33.
Oh my God, yes.
A great game.
An excellent
game. If you like Kingdom Hearts, if you like Final Fantasy, specifically if you like Final Fantasy X.
Yes.
I feel like you would really like Expedition 33.
I think you would. Yes, I agree.
And a lot of what's going on in that game is you're trying to find the paintress, and there's a lot of like painter imagery stuff. Chroma.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. Like chroma is the resource that they use. So like they're really tying this metaphor to their magical rules in reality.
Yes. And also when you like die, your body doesn't like decompose. You just like lose all color and kind of turn to like stone.
Yeah. Or you turn to ash and rose petals in a beautiful way.
But that's different.
Oh, that's right. That's
that one's different.
This is not an Expedition 33 podcast.
But we will have an episode about.
I have an episode on our big board. Games that are giving Kingdom Hearts.
Yes, that's what it was.
Yeah, so we'll do that.
Yes, we have to.
Okay, well,
it's one of those.
Yeah, so
it's one of those.
Okay, I feel like I have to finish it. I'm like, that's the game I'm playing right now. Yeah. I'm so into it.
I know. You are inspiring me because I am slowly making my way through it. But
Girl, you're busy.
Girl,
you're so busy.
Girl.
You'll get there.
Girl, yeah. I'm fighting the paintress of my schedule.
Yeah, seriously.
And she's ticking down the clock. Anyway, sorry.
No, that's really funny.
Thank you.
So, yes, JRPGs love to, like, really take a fundamental storytelling trope and make it a physical law and then use that physical reality to explore the trope deeper.
Yeah, and I love that about that. And I wonder if, like, because it feels like I should probably do a deeper dive in just like Eastern mythology, because it does feel like there's like Spirited Away. The afterlife is a physical place where the spirits go. Like, you know, Your Name, there's this physical thread that physically ties people to space and time. Like there are things that allow you to explore these things and also give you like a logical reason why magic is happening, which is kind of fun. Yeah.
And speaking of the logical reason why magic is happening.
Speak on it.
To cap us off here, I want to briefly cover, without getting too deep, and mostly to tease future episodes. We've learned all of this stuff about hearts.
Right.
Who wants to know?
Who does want to know?
There's two main guys, and we've talked about them both in this episode. The first one is Ansem the Wise.
Right.
He is the sage king of a world called Radiant Garden.
Yes.
Which later becomes Hollow Bastion, and then even later than that comes back to being Radiant Garden.
Yes.
It's pretty cool. He wants to know how darkness invades a heart in order to protect Radiant Garden from corruption. He's like,
it's a special place.
It's a special place. It's full of light. It's his job to care about it, and he cares about it very much.
Yes.
And so he said one major threat would be if this world fell to darkness. How does darkness corrupt things. How does darkness arise inside a heart? And so he began studying hearts. He developed a laboratory. He recruited apprentices, and he sort of set up this whole laboratory structure. And he's going to start writing these reports.
Yeah.
He writes the first one. He writes Ansem Report 1, which is like the hypothesis of the scientific method. He's like, it is my hypothesis that hearts and darkness are related. I will learn how.
Pop off, King.
And then one of the people who volunteered to be his apprentice was a memoryless man named Xehanort.
Yeah, who wears a lab coat now. And
Yeah.
he's a different guy for sure. Definitely a different guy.
And he's lost his memories because when Master Xehanort imprinted himself upon Terra, that's what he got.
Can I say something so mean?
Yeah.
Do we think that... Sorry, this is so disrespectful. Do we think that Xehanort picked Terra because Terra was hot?
Yeah.
Because
he's like the most physically able of the three of them.
He's the most hot guy, and then all of the offshoots of Xehanort are also hot guys.
Can I be perfectly honest?
Speak on it.
Terra's hair is so luscious.
Yes.
And Master Xehanort is bald.
Yeah.
And I think he wanted hair back. And so he picked Terra, who has the coolest hair.
He's the coolest hair. And again, so hot.
So hot.
And his dance emote is him doing push-ups upside down. He does handstand push-ups as his way of dancing in Toontown.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
And so, as part of the experiments that Ansem the Wise sort of enacted, he had to expose hearts to darkness, which exposed his own heart to darkness,
Right.
which exposed his apprentices' hearts to darkness, and they were particularly vulnerable. And so...
As most apprentices are.
Right. Well, they're young and impressionable.
Yeah.
Especially Yenzo, who's the young little boy.
Oh, yeah.
And so, when that proximity to darkness starts awakening Xehanort's memories, and Xehanort makes the apprentices rise up and cast Ansem the Wise fully into the dark realm. They just throw him to the wolves.
Jeez, that's so shitty.
And then takes over his massive laboratory, and they're off to the races.
Oh my God.
And Ansem the Wise sort of gives up. He actually says in one of his later reports, he writes reports after that. the quote unquote Ansem reports after the first one, written by Xehanort, who's taken his identity as Ansem. After Ansem the Wise falls, he sort of writes, they're called secret Ansem reports. It's really more like a diary of revenge.
Yeah.
where he's like, I abandon all pursuits. We are not meant to understand the mysteries of the heart, but I'm going to fuck up that guy and all of his friends who tossed me in here.
Hell yeah. That's so funny. I swear on every fiber of my being.
That's kind of it. That's why he's helping Riku. That's why he's helping Sora, because he wants to fuck up those guys who did this to him.
I respect that.
Me too.
He was minding his own business, and doing science.
Well, and is that a symptom of his heart being in proximity to that darkness?
Oh, that's a good question, because up until that point, he
was
had
a wise
no
sage
desire
king.
for revenge.
Exactly. So who knows? But he does say, we are not meant to interfere in the depths of another's heart, no matter what our reasons for doing so.
Fascinating.
He sort of gives up his pursuits when he realizes that his pursuits will inevitably lead people to harmful action.
Which is good.
Yeah.
That is a good takeaway.
Right.
Yeah, leave it alone. It's magical. And again, if we're going to talk about the meta stuff about all of this, is the childhood experience is a very special, sacred experience. The purity of that time, if it's possible, should be protected at all costs.
Right.
Sometimes bad things happen. Totally get that.
You shouldn't invite it, though.
You shouldn't invite it, because you have to protect the light while it exists in its purest, strongest form, so that it can carry on into adolescence and adulthood.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then we're going to talk about the other guy who decided to study hearts, and that's Xehanort. Only now he's calling himself Ansem. And in fact, he's calling himself Ansem, Seeker of Darkness.
Which, that's so mean.
That's not...
That's so rude.
It's not great.
That's so shitty. That's identity theft plus a mean nickname you gave yourself.
I'm going to take your identity and I'm going to drag it through the mud. You're welcome.
It's like how people think Avril Lavigne got replaced by a clone who now does Hello Kitty songs. Yeah. It's very that.
Just imagining Xehanort singing Skater Boy.
Hey, it's of the era.
It is. That's true. They were very contemporary. So, by contrast, Ansem, Seeker of Darkness. What do you want to call him here?
Ansem, Seeker of Darkness.
We can call him Xehanort. What do you want to call him?
Darkness. A-S. Sad.
Sad?
Sad. Seeker, Ansem Darkness.
Asod?
Asod. Asod.
This guy. I'm going to keep calling him Xehanort just for ease of
this
use.
Bitch.
So Xehanort, he's like doubling, tripling down on like the way we're going to learn about the heart's limits is by exposing it to as much darkness as possible.
That's a terrible idea.
So one of the things he does is, so he's got that laboratory with that big heart door that leads to the heart of Radiant Garden, which we see in Kingdom Hearts 1.
Which is a tie-dye hellscape by the time we get there.
And he's got it in the basement of that castle.
Oh my God.
And you know what he does to do that?
Why? What?
He fucking throws people into the basement and says, all right, darkness, do something with that.
That's crazy.
He, multiple test subjects, just tosses them into the basement and lets Heartless eat them.
Wait, so I have a question. Because in Kingdom Hearts 1, when you go to seal the heart door of Hollow Bastion, there's a big behemoth Heartless in there. Was that one of them?
I don't think so.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why. Because the next thing he did is he learned how to make fake Heartless.
Oh my God, what?
He was like, oh, I have now learned about the nature of the Heartless. Wonder if I could make one.
What the fuck, man?
and he does that in order to sort of like, again, learn about how to make an artificial heart.
Okay.
Which he wants to do for his nefarious
evil plans. He could have just gone to Halloween Town.
I know.
Way easier.
They didn't really do it either.
True.
But so he is responsible for this thing. He, in his Ansem reports, splits them out into pure blood Heartless.
Okay.
Not a good word to use. Don't like that.
You knew.
Where those are like true Heartless. They arise from the darkness. They're drawn to hearts. They're the little shadow guys.
Yeah.
And then he creates artificial ones out of the ether, and he sort of slaps this Heartless emblem on them as their logo to differentiate them.
Right.
And they're called Emblem Heartless. And so any of those other Heartless that have that big symbol in the game, Xehanort made those.
So wait a second. Okay, because, so like little shadow guy Heartless, pure guy.
Normal.
Little imp, love him. But then there's like ones that have clothes on and they have the emblem on them. Those are the Ansem ones?
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, he like made them up. They weren't real before his experiments. And this was all to be like, well, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. If you can make a Heartless, you can make a heart.
That's messed up. Well, the other thing too then is the majority of the Heartless you encounter are Heartless Ansem made. Ansem made a lot of Heartless.
Right. Which is so crazy because like through Kingdom Hearts 1, and you just got done playing it again, so you know that like Ansem's so far in the background of most of the game.
I know. He shows up in the last 4 hours.
Yeah.
And but his fucking merch is everywhere.
Yeah. It's all him.
Yeah.
And even though he didn't remember that this was his plot, it's all so that if you introduce cataclysm to the world and flood the worlds in darkness, pure lights will arise to combat it, and the Clash summons the X-Blade, and with the X-Blade, you can get your hands on Kingdom Hearts. That's why he does that.
It does create a really great justification for why everybody be kung fu fighting, but it is still like, I mean, it's funny because when you fight Ansem at the end of Kingdom Hearts 1, the thing he says is darkness is the heart's true essence. But like, does he even believe that?
I don't think so.
I don't think he does.
Well, it's not clear how much of his memory has returned to him by that point.
Right.
And
know? Also, he's got this weird shadow bondage Heartless that's attached to him.
That's Terra.
Oh, wow.
The thing with the bandage across his face?
Oh my God, that's Terra.
Yeah. And you don't learn that until like the very end of Kingdom Hearts 3, but that's Terra.
That's right.
That's like
I forgot
the remnant of Terra that Xehanort tried to force out of his heart but couldn't completely get rid of.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Hearts are stronger than even the most powerful people who try to manipulate them are willing to admit to themselves.
Yeah. Wow.
You can never fully understand the mysteries of the heart.
No. So stop it.
So stop trying.
Stop.
Just let it be the magical mystery.
It.
Just enjoy your life with mystery.
Just watch the fireworks.
Just, isn't it a little whimsical to have a little mystery in your life?
Just vibe.
Just enjoy it.
Just dance in the woods with fairies. Like, oh man. And again, it goes back to this very, I think, again, the more and more that I think about this franchise, the more I think about it, it's like this cynicism that we have, this desire to pick apart and analyze, not in the way we're doing. I know.
Analyzing Kingdom Hearts.
But I will say, we're not here to analyze this series to tell you why it's dumb or to tell you why it's bad. We're here to analyze the series because we love this series, because it's all these wild things. And ultimately the takeaway, which again, I think is so resonant, especially as we are in a time where empathy is rapidly degrading, much like darkness is eroding the shell of the heart.
And fracturing the world.
And splitting us up and throwing us into these microcosm places. Like, we are not here to tell you this game is dumb. We're not here to tell you these characters are dumb. We're not here to tell you the heart is dumb. We're here to tell you the heart is great.
Yeah.
We're here to tell you this game is great. We're here to tell you that life is great. And that if you can, in whatever way you can, protect the light in your heart from these forces of fucking darkness, fucking do it.
Yeah. And don't go looking for it, certainly.
Stop it. Oh my God, stop it. Literally, like, oh my God, there's so many beautiful things in the world that are meant to be enjoyed and shared and reveled in, that make life worth living. And there's Reek who's in the corner going, that's fucking dumb. And I'm like, you get over here. You get over here and you eat this ice cream with me right now.
Yeah. Just let the heart be a mystery. Just let it be magic.
Oh my God, there's so little magic in this world. Let this happen. Let it exist. My God.
Yeah. So if you're listening to this, we hope you're keeping the magic alive in your heart.
Keep the magic alive. Fight the forces of darkness. Do not succumb to the darkness. Don't do it.
And let your heart forge some bonds with us.
Bill, yes. Oh my God.
So thank you, as always, for listening.
Yes.
We have been Simple and Clean, a Kingdom Hearts podcast. Please follow us on Instagram. We post a bunch of stuff. Follow us on Patreon at Simple and Clean Pod. We're also going to start ramping up our posting over there a little bit.
Yeah, it's going to be fun stuff over there.
So please come check us out. Please get in touch. We love to hear from people. We've had some incredible feedback on our first batch of episodes, and we can't wait to share even more wild-ass crazy moments about the series with you all. Until next time, may your heart, because it's this one, be your guiding key.